Hey everybody, my name is Hannah Joy Danello. I'm the Assistant Director for Dual Enrollment and Recruitment at Ogeechee Technical College. We have our wonderful Opticianry instructor and program director here today. We're going to talk about the Opticianry program. So I'll let Ms. Deborah Deloach, the program director, do you want to start off with any kind of introduction before we get into some questions that we have for y'all?
Okay, first, in the state of Georgia, we have three colleges that have opticianry. One's in Wiregrass in Valdosta, one's in Atlanta, Georgia Piedmont, and then, of course, us. What's unique about us, we're actually the only accredited college in the state of Georgia, which is good for us because if they wanted to go to South Carolina or Florida, which is our neighboring states, with our degree, they can actually go and sit for their license over there. So that's a good thing for us.
And we worked very hard for that.
Yes.
Awesome.
And we have a lot of years of experience. I've been here for 14 plus years and
21 this November.
So lots of experience here too.
Awesome. All right, so we're just going to launch right into our questions. Number one, what does an optician do?
We fill the prescription written by the doctor. So we're kind of like pharmacists, where they fill it for medicine. We're actually filling it for the glasses and putting the prescription into the glasses. We also are taking measurements to make sure that they're specialized and fits to that specific patient. We're adjusting in frames for them, and we're helping them pick a frame that's suitable for their prescription and for the cosmetics. We also we can fit contact lens, but most of the time we're the ones that actually teach you how to insert and remove them and how to take care of them and selling and dispensing them. You have anything else, Scott?
We do also some smaller establishments. You would be doing some of the pre-testing, like your visual fields, tonometry, which is glaucoma testing, autorefraction. You might even be assisting putting in dilating drops, things like that. But of course, that has to be done under the supervision of the physician.
The other thing we do that we actually, some of our students can work in labs. And with the labs, we actually teach here how to generate the lens, taking it from the hockey puck all the way down into the glasses to finishing product. So we actually do that also.
Yeah, and that's my background is lab. So that's what I love to do.
Awesome. I'm going to pass the next question to Ms. Brandy.
All right, so how important is customer service in this industry?
Well, everybody sells pretty much the same frames and lenses and lens treatments. So really what separates you, or what should, is your knowledge and your customer service. I can get the same frame at 5 different places. So if you're treated fairly and you're professional, that's going to separate you from the average optician, we'll say, in my opinion.
And to add on to that is customer service. We hit two things. We have to look at the technical part, which is, will the lenses fit in there and how will they look? But we also have to do the softer part of dispensing, which is mainly working with your patients and then getting to know them and asking them their lifestyle questions and things like that and being more personal. So customer service is extremely big because you want them to come back.
Right.
Right, that's definitely important. Ella just put a question in the chat. She asked, is there an option to continue your education as an optician tech to become an eye doctor?
Not to my knowledge.
To be an eye doctor, you're gonna have to do, as far as, well, your general education classes would transfer over, but you're gonna have to do pre-med. And then there's 13 colleges in the United States that you can go for opticianry. I'm sorry, for optometrists.
Yeah, that's a dedicated optometry school. You know,
So
there's, 3 levels to our profession. You've got ophthalmology, optometry, and opticianry. So, you're moving up pretty significantly on that rung. So, there's a lot of anatomy, chemistry classes. So that's just a totally different ball game there.
So our opticianry program would definitely get you in that field, but it wouldn't necessarily help with classes that you would need to be the full, get your doctorate or, all of that.
Yeah.
Right. It would help you pass some classes there, but
Right.
again, you're going to go pre-med and then you're going to go in especially. You're looking at 8 years at least.
That makes sense.
We do teach anatomy, so that's
There you
one
go.
class.
There you go. All right. So is it beneficial to simply complete one of the 3 certificates that we offer, or do most employers want you to have the full opticianry degree?
It's according to what they're looking for. If they're looking for a licensed optician, then they're going to have either the diploma or the degree in Georgia. If they're just wanting somebody to pre-test or be assisted, or as a private doctor and they don't need a licensed optician, or a chain store that might have licensed opticians but they need some additional employees, then the certificates will help them. It gives them a background, so talking to patients and doctors, they can converse a little bit better because they have an advantage knowing those things. And also, again, we're teaching them how to use the pre-test machines and all that to help in that area.
And the terminology that goes along with this business, and it gives you a little bit more credibility and a little bit more money too.
You can go ahead, Brandy.
So what is the typical salary for someone who completes the program here?
In the state of Georgia, with a licensed optician, your average salary is like $22.49 an hour, or roughly $40,500 a year. Again, that's a licensed optician. If not licensed, but certified and all, you're looking at starting at a little over $13 an hour. So a big difference between licensed and non-licensed. And we're a licensed state, so most of your chain stores, by law, all your chain stores actually, by law, has to have a licensed optician on the floor at all times.
And you may have already covered this in the beginning when you were talking, but do you have to get licensed in each state to practice, or if you get licensed in Georgia, does that carry to other states?
At this time, no, it does not carry over. You have to get licensed in different states. Right now, there's like 22, 23 states only that are licensed states. The rest of them don't even require a license. Most of those, you have to, if you're coming from another state, like if you was coming from Georgia with your Georgia license, sometimes they let you move over, but not very often. I think Tennessee will, but like Florida and South Carolina, I did mention before, because if you graduate with our degree, we're accredited, so you can sit for their license. You don't have to go back to school or do apprenticeships. And somebody like New York, if you went and do the apprenticeship in New York, it'd be 6 years. Where if you go with our degree, you could sit for their license.
That's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
So do opticians write prescriptions and do vision tests?
We don't write the prescription. That's solely the scope of the ophthalmologist or the optometrist. But we can duplicate existing prescriptions. That's really the only thing we can do as far as if you even want to call that writing a prescription. Say if you have a pair of glasses that you just want duplicated, then as a licensed optician, by law, we are allowed to duplicate those, but it has to be exact. We can't alter it in any way. We mainly are in the field of prescription business.
All right, and Ella's got another question in the chat. What sets the Ogeechee Tech program apart that causes it to be the only accredited program in the state of Georgia? What do we do differently?
Good question.
A bunch. To be accredited, we have to go through and meet many standards that's set by the Commission of Opticianry Accreditation. In doing so, we have to offer certain things, certain programs. They have to come and evaluate us every 6 years. And I say every 6 because, knock on wood, we've got the full accreditation for every 6 years since the programs began. And we've been told on several occasions that we have the best in the nation, if not in the top 3, one of the top 3. So our program sets aside there, and we work hard for that accreditation. And we have to do a book, annual report every year on how our program is doing. And then every 6 years we have to do like 3 books for our self study. So we do lots of work to keep our accreditation. And it just means that we went that extra step to prove that we're not only doing what we say we're doing, we're actually doing it.
Right, we have to prove it. It's not enough to just say, yeah, we do that. We actually have a group of professionals that certify that we are doing exactly what we say we're doing.
Right. And just one last thing. I didn't know if y'all wanted to talk at all about the clinic that we have here on campus, like what students get to do in there. I know that I've used it. It's a great resource for staff, but like when it's open and kind of how that benefits our students.
We open it during different semesters. We try to open it during this semester from about 9:30 to 1. It's open to students, faculty, and staff. At this point, that's all. But they will actually fit you with a pair of glasses. We'll sell you. Our frames are like $20. The most expensive one is $40-something. So really good prices. And then the lenses are going to be cheaper than what you could get at a local store, most likely, according to what you want on it. But usually, it's going to depend on but we're going to take those measurements as students are. And if it's something we can make we'll make in-house. And if not, we'll just order it. And then actually, Scott will actually go with a student and have them, he'll come in as a finished lens, and he'll actually cut it down and have them cut it down and place it into the frame.
Awesome, awesome. Well, unless y'all have anything you want to add just about your experience in the field, I know both of y'all have amazing experiences working in the field. You know what employers are looking for, the kinds of salaries and all that. Did y'all have anything you wanted to add?
I do. When I first come here, lots of our places, especially private doctors, didn't hire licensed opticians because they didn't need them, and where you've changed stores did. And now we're seeing a trend that's going away, that a lot of your private doctors are actually hiring our licensed opticians or people that come through our program because they're finding that they're more qualified. And in the long run, even though they have to pay them more, in the long run, less remakes, less problems with customer service. So they're beginning to see the beneficiary, and we're having lots of that now. Right now, there's a shortage in the state of Georgia. So opticians are on demand. I could put 4 licensed no, 6 right now that I know of have asked for licensed opticians, and we just don't have them right now. It's just that shortage. So it's an open field that most of my students are employed by the time they graduate. And places, when they're employed, they're going to pay for their national certification test. They're going to pay for their state test. We're also getting students, because we're right here on South Carolina, our degree students can actually sit for South Carolina license in June, and then sit for Georgia's in August, and they're getting dual license from different states, which actually adds about $1 to their pay. And Florida's right here, so we have a lot of students that's gone to South Carolina and to Florida from this school, from our school, who set for their exams in those areas and actually passed them and become licensed opticians. Now, in fact, I don't have any that's failed those tests, so that's a good thing for us. And the demand, like I said, South Carolina has even less than us, so the demand is there. We just need to get the students in and let them know what opticianry is. And it's a great field. I love it. You can work with customers, or you can go in a lab and be away from customers. So it's a give and take. And sometimes when you get aggravated with customers, you go in the lab for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a great opportunity. You get a little bit of everything. And like I said, to make this kind of money for a 2-year program is outstanding. And it used to be, hate to tell you, Scott, it used to be a male dominant program, but it's becoming a female dominant.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
it is.
That's awesome. Well, thank y'all so much for this. Ms. Deborah Deloach, our program director, and Mr. Scott Lloyd, our instructor extraordinaire. We really appreciate y'all's time and talking about this program. And like you say, it's one of those, a lot of people may not know what it is and how necessary it is, and they just need more information about it. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.